shake it, baby.
Good morning, family. We back at it again. I'm actually here in Prairie, Wisconsin. And I'm picking up a load. It's two stops, two pickup. Picking up a load, going to Indianapolis, to the Indianapolis Convention Center. I need to get some coffee. I'm still trying to wake up here. 1 second, family. Well, I just learned that the product that I'm picking up is at a different warehouse, about 7 miles from here, for this particular load here. So I gotta go to another location and pick up the load. Hey, it's the way to start the Monday. The way to start a trip. It shouldn't be that bad. Hopefully they'll be ready for me, and we can go on to the next stop, which is about 50 miles from here. En route though, which is great, en route to where we're headed. So let's start this trip, y'all. I tell you what, you can't tell me trucking is dead and they're still building warehouses like this. I mean, it's an edifice. It's a cathedral. Look at this behind me. And we all think trucking is dead. Come on, y'all. There's a whole neighborhood here in Prairie, Wisconsin, just outside of Madison. There's like 5 of them, newly erected, with docks. If they got docks, they mean they need trucks. And this is just Madison, Wisconsin. I live near Maryville, Indiana. There's about 6 warehouses this size going up, probably a little bigger, with docks. And they need trucks to bump those docks. I'm just saying, y'all, trucking ain't going nowhere. Boy, it fit like a glove.
Farther do I gotta go?
Oh, you got a little bit more to go. Don't know how much more we got picking up in terms of the second stop. You're almost there. You're almost there. You're almost there.
That's all I put through your phone.
No, you're good. You're good. You want to secure it up there. There. Are you there? I think you're there. Yep, you're there.
There? All right.
Yep. Let's drop it. I'll strap it in. We're talking about fit like a glove, baby. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think they could have made anything.
Well, that was easy. Probably got, I don't know, 5,000 pounds on board so far. One more stop to go. 2 straps, 3 straps. You know, you saw the load going in there. That was a big piece, but it was real light. We got one more place to go. I got to get another load, what do you call, scale ticket, and then go pick up the load and then get a scale ticket showing the total gross, you know, that type of deal. One of those types of loads when you're doing convention loads. But we're going to get on to the next stop and make it happen. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. So we are here at stop 2. Stop 2. Got a few more crates to get here, and I'm going to try to say this name. Mukwonago, Wisconsin. I'm not doing that again. It's the city that begins with an M, just outside of Milwaukee. That's where I'm at. I'm not. I hacked that name. It's an Indian name, and so it's got a pronunciation that I'm not capable of doing at the moment because I probably need to drink more coffee. That's being honest with you. But I'm here. Hey, shout out to a young lady that I met in Prairie by the name of Ashanti. You can visit her TikTok channel, Aschantiworld. Aschantiworld, I believe it's spelled ASCHATA World. I'll give you the right pronunciation of spelling of that. Nice young lady. Been driving big trucks for 6 years. Knows what she's doing out here on this road, and can actually show you how to lose some weight in your truck. Check her out, Aschantiworld, TikTok. All right, man, let's get back and get this trailer loaded so I can get down the road. Talk to you in a momento. All right, so we are loaded. I had to rework the load. It was shifting. That first big pallet that you saw come on, that was the height of the trailer, almost the width of the trailer. It wasn't pushed flush. Thing was moving. So I had to have them help me rework the load, push it all the way to the nose, get everything in, restrap everything. So we are good to go now. Goodness gracious, I don't like loads moving, brother. It's not a good thing, especially when it's on wheels. But we're loaded. I'm gonna go close these doors and we're gonna get on down the road. We're due in Indianapolis tomorrow morning at the convention center. So I may stop through the house. We shall see. I passed right by it. We'll see. Or I'm gonna get down there and shut down their truck stop and be ready first thing in the morning, which is what I would rather do. My family would love to see me. I'll see you guys in a moment. Well, I'm here in just north of Indianapolis. You all know this TA, the 130 mile marker, 132 mile marker, TA 65, Interstate 65, just north of Indy. I am here, time to fire up Club Med. So since this is a trade show load, I'm probably gonna get up and shoot in there about 5 in the morning just to be safe, in case there's a line of some sort. It's not a big show. It's a fire safety show, I guess. A lot of firemen and so forth. So shouldn't be that bad getting in, getting him unloaded, and getting out of there. But since it's downtown, I'm not going to go in right now and be homeless. So I thought I'd do it here. But I wanted to chat. I kind of hinted on it earlier, talking about the market and, you know, these warehouses being built. You know, obviously, there's trucking that's still going on. There's freights that's still being moved. Truck stops are still full. Rest areas are still full. Traffic is still bad with trucks everywhere. So, what is going on in terms of the numbers in trucking? You know, the rates. What is really behind it? And I've been doing my research. And I read, I watch, and, you know, you try to piece it all together to see what it could be. And you learn that this has happened before. And it's happened before then. And it's going to happen again. But in this time, there was an anomaly that took place called COVID-19, the pandemic. And that really exasperated the conditions that ultimately caused the rates to plummet like they did. And one of those things that took place during that time was an influx of trucks that came into the market. But it didn't manifest itself during the pandemic or in the height of it, because capacity took off, because people like myself and people I know and family, we shopped. We was online. The need was there, and shipping exploded because people were consuming goods like toilet paper. So that really covered or put a Band-Aid over the condition that should have taken place then, but capacity was way above. The freight that was available was through the roof. There was so much freight. I mean, the load board had like 100,000 loads a day on the load boards, period. And that's the spot market, not including what big companies already had under contract. The spot market was 100,000 loads per day, 90,000 loads per day. It was ridiculous. Let's go to today. Now we're looking at 50 and 60,000 loads on the books. But guess what we have? We have more trucks. More trucks than we've ever had. It's particularly during that time. If you got 90,000, 100,000 loads and a lot of trucks, trucks, freight rates are going to be higher. It's just the way it is. It always comes down to that. You got more trucks, less freight, less rate, the lower the rate. If I could choose between 3 trucks and I get this one load, I can take the lowest bidder. I can take the lowest bidder, period. But if I got one truck and this load got to be delivered and it's hot, I got to take what he offers. If he says I need to take this load and the only way I'm going to take it is for $4 a mile, guess what I got to do? I got to pay him $4 a mile. But if I got 3 or 4 trucks lined up and I say he says $4 a mile, he says $3.90 a mile, he says $2.50 a mile, this guy comes in at $1.80 a mile, bingo, $1.80 a mile is your load. That's just it. And that's what takes place, particularly cities like Dallas. That is a real good example of what takes place in the market. A lot of trucks, not enough freight. There is freight, but not enough. And it causes a bidding frenzy. And the brokers love it, and the brokers take advantage of it, period. People want to point the finger at the brokers. Yes, point the finger at the brokers. But they're only doing what anybody else would do. And that is take the lowest bidder, period. That's just as pure economics. So the market begins to purge itself. Those of us whose business model, whose numbers are too high, eventually fall out because they can't afford to continue to run. Their business falters, their business fails. The trucks drop, the numbers drop in terms of capacity with trucks. Eventually we get back to where we have more loads than we have trucks. Then the rates start to creep back up. That's just the way it is. That's just the economics of transportation, the economics of trucking. Same thing happens in the bus business. There's less buses. We can charge what we need to charge. We can get what we need because our necks ain't getting cut. And we're able to get the numbers that we need. In trucking and buses, we don't necessarily say, well, I'm going to charge more because it's less buses. We really just get the numbers that we need to make our expenses. And our necks don't get cut per se, even though they still get sliced. That's just the way it is. So now we're in a position where the market is purging itself, and the loads are starting to creep back up in terms of capacity. There's more freight that's ticking back up. The low board, watch the low board, see what you see. You know, there's more loads than it was a month ago. I mean, it's just the way the market goes. So how do you survive? How do you be one of the ones that are here when the purging takes place? It's all in your business model. How much do you pay per month on your note or per week on your note? How much do you pay for insurance? Those are the things that determines your survival. It's all about your numbers. You know, what are you running per mile? Can you afford to run at that number per mile? You know, so I say this, and I'm not going to make, you know, beat a dead horse. Evaluate your numbers. If there's anything that you can cut it. Less you're spending, you know, less money going out. There's certain things we can't control, like fuel. Insurance is one of those things as well. But you can control what you drive, what you buy, save your money. Those little things. You know, a truck that's good on fuel mileage as opposed to, you know, something that's going to be a diesel guzzler. You know, it's getting you $4.50, $5 a mile. You know, get you a truck that has good fuel economy. I love my truck because of that. That's one of the reasons I love it. It's got good fuel economy. You know, I'm getting 7.5 to 8.5, sometimes 9 miles a gallon, depending on how heavy I run. And I try to run as light as I possibly can. Every now and then I got to grab a 40,000 pound load, and I see it in the fuel mileage. but it's still doable. It's still doable. It's not unusual. It's not unreasonable. Those are just some of the things that you can kind of do to kind of mitigate your spending. I mean, those who got high truck notes right now, I mean, it is what it is. But look at other spendings that you may have that you can cut on. Eating your truck more. I know that those are just little things, but surviving the purging that's going to take place, or that is taking place, it is watch your numbers, your spending, reevaluate your business model. Simple as that. That's it. So when we say trucking is bad, or trucking is junk, trucking is not good, man, it's all on how you look at it. It's not that trucking is bad. It's just basically you got to look at your business. Simple as that. Because freight is still being moved. There's still loads out there. Trucks are still going up and down the highway. They're not doing it for free. They're not doing it to lose money. They're doing it because they're making money. They may not be making the kind of money we were making in 2021, but we're still making some money. So I just wanted to say that. That's my slight commercial. The question I always ask is trucking good? Are the rates good? The rates ain't good. They're not great, but it's still doable. It's still doable. Don't let nobody talk you out of getting in the trucking industry. Period. Yeah, I know there's a purging that's going on, but those that are going to get purged deserve to get purged. I'm serious. Simple as that. Forgive my bluntness. Forgive me for being, I don't want to sound mean, but those that will get purged out of this business, out of this industry, they deserve to get purged out of this industry. I'm just being honest with you. So those that are still here, you're here for a reason, because you know what you're doing as a business owner, as a trucking owner operator. You know what you're doing, period. So yeah. Let's fire up Club Med. It's trucking, baby. It's trucking. It's trucking, baby. Simple as that. Let's do it. We are here in Indianapolis. Had to do the whole marshaling, check-in yard thing. Then come over here to get empty process. If you ever do one of these trade shows, just know that there's some steps that need to be followed. And if you don't follow them, it's going to make your day a long and stressful day. One of the things is getting empty and loaded tickets, scaled tickets. So yeah, that's just one of the processes. So I'm going to crack this door open and put it in the hole. Let's do it. Put this baby in door 41. Let's see what we can do. Their whole process is similar to that of Chicago, but it's just, well, maybe it's because it's just a small show. It's just not as hectic as Chicago. Chicago is all about getting that money, and that is one thing, is the parking. Chicago charges you just to go into the marshaling yard, even if you're not parking per se, even if you're just going in there to get checked in, they charge you to do that. Here in Indianapolis, they didn't do that, although they would charge you $100 a night to park there, but they won't charge you just for entering the lot. And that's It's just Chicago for you. Chicago, it's an old mob town. They're going to get their money one way or the other. And to charge you to enter into the lot is one way of getting that money. It's just the way it is. Pay to play, baby. Pay to play. About in there. It's one of those angle lots, angle spark parking, and they got the door busters on each side, and there's not much play between each side with these door busters. It will bust your door right off the hinge, man. So you just gotta make sure you get it in there nice and snug. Nice and snug. Rather to be safe than sorry. If you gotta pull up an extra time to get your little wiggle room, do it. Do it. I want that smoke. All right, touchdown. Let's get empty. We are getting unloaded. Here we go. Let's get the game going. Lights, camera, action. Get in here, remove some straps, expedite this thing. I want to slow this thing down any slower than what it already is. So here is the convention floor here in Indianapolis, the Indiana Convention Center. Like I said, this is a fire safety, fire safety. Got a lot of fire trucks here on display. I actually brought down equipment that they would use for training in the event of a fire, I guess in some type of structure of some sort. So that's what I actually brought down. But this is the convention floor here in Indianapolis. Not as big as Chicago, but it's big. I've actually come here before years ago while driving buses. They have, well, everything, not everything. They have a lot of cheerleading events down here, but since they built the indoor stadium here, which they've already had before, the old stadium used to be connected to this facility before they built Lucas Oil. So yeah, here we are. We've got one more piece to go. This big joker right here, the glove. It's about 9:09. It started about a little bit before 8, so it's not bad. About an hour to change. There we go. There we go. Look at him. He's smooth. He is smooth. We are empty. It's on to the next one, y'all. I'm actually going back to the house. I know you're like, golly, you deliver a load, you go right back home. Yeah, I know. But I'll be right back out in a couple of days. But the next video I'm going to do will be a load board search. Let's do it. Let's see what the market is doing. Let's see what's happening out here. But you know what I always say, everybody? Keep doing what you're doing so you can see what it does. See you guys on the next one.